Yeah, we had a little bit of an error there. Sorry, I was reading something on the Twitch stuff. We had a little bit of a crash. My mother-in-law decided to reset our router. This is what I get for not telling her that I'm doing a podcast right now.
It's amazing.
So we're gonna go
doing it live.
back to guest loadouts. Cad, what's your loadout?
First of all, I like to point out that this hasn't happened since like Boost is kind of new, right? So you got to do coming from another podcast, wanting to like start shit. So you call it. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's right. Sabotage.
I'm gonna start with a PvP loadout because I don't have a better phrase than like basic bitch.
Okay.
For my PvP loadout, like I'm the guy with like the palindrome, trespasser, hunger crota, or I'll throw in that Iron Banner heavy machine gun, which at Betramot's stand. Help me out with the name, but that's like my general loadout.
Dread?
No.
Silver Dread. No, wait, maybe I'm wrong.
That's
I
the
don't know.
Iron Banner machine gun.
Then
There's
he's right.
more
I'm
than
wrong.
one Iron Banner machine gun.
Whatever, it's one of them, and it's like a moderate rate of fire, so it does really good. Then I might throw on Icebreaker. I'm really a fan of Conspiracy Theory D. It kind of depends on how what map I'm on and how I feel like I'm playing right now, or how I feel like I'm playing. Generally though, I'm a hand cannon guy. I'll use Spinelli's Peril, Palindrome. Sometimes I'll use the Last Word. That's not as good as it used to be, but people don't expect that particular gun, so sometimes you can get the drop on them.
What's I can't even comprehend not having Hawkmoon as an option.
I mean,
I can. I'm an Xbox player. I'm full. I don't even. So I forget that gun's even there.
Hawkmoon's my favorite gun, so like that's.
I mean,
why
aesthetically, it's one of my favorites because I have that moon glow ornament on it. That's a good looking gun.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy.
It's a good looking gun. And I actually was using it the other day, and even in PvE, I was thinking I was doing one of the story missions. I brought it out for the fun of it. In fact, it was yesterday, and I switched back to I think I was using Ace of Spades on my hunter at the time, so I just switched back. It just doesn't have even in PvE is just not as good. I don't know. So PvP, I'm mostly just I'm a hand cannon guy. I don't have a lot of flavor there, and I'm gonna run Titan, so I'll probably do same thing Boost had and kind of copy him. Typically, it's Armatarium with 2 lightning grenades. Sometimes though I like to switch up with hammers, and I'll use the Sun Charge.
Oh,
because
yeah, so much fun.
Nobody expects that. They're all they're jumping around, trying to dodge hammers, and I just
smack them in the face.
Smack them, yeah, just smack them. Like I don't care. Yeah, I can only hit you 3 times, but I'm not going to spend 20 minutes. I'm not going to spend my entire super chasing you on the map.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and I'll do Twilight Garrison Infusion and just piss people off.
Thank you for being a Twilight Garrison user.
Yeah, I'll do it every once in a while. I forget it's there though. That's why I typically run Armamentarium. But if I'm running Sunbreaker, I'm probably gonna run Twilight a little bit more than I will Striker.
See, I've run Twilight Garrison so much that I forget it's not there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I went over to Steve's house and I was playing on a Warlock, and I'm just running around screaming. I was like, "Why does my jump suck? Why can't I dodge anything?"
I still don't
hit
understand
circle a couple times. You hit circle.
Yeah, I would like jump and double tap circle and be like, "Oh, nothing. I'm sorry, B." For you guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I never understood the nerf with the dodge, with the Shade Step and the Twilight. Like, why didn't you just give the Warlocks a dodge?
Yeah.
Just give them a dodge.
Give the Sunsinger a dodge.
Well,
Sunsinger's dodge is Sunsinger's dodge is just the resurrection. That's how they dodge it.
Yeah.
Take the bolt in the face, come back.
I think if they did, it'd be with the Stormcaller, and it'd be like a blink thing.
Blink. Well, they have that sort of,
yeah.
with it, but you have to be in their super.
So yeah, they do have a dodge, sort of, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. That's a fun thing to do, though. I don't play Warlock much, but when you do that Ionic Blink, that is a fun thing to do, man. I've wiped whole teams with that. It's so much fun. But the Warlock jump, that's the only reason I don't play Warlock. That jump, the little the floofy thing, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Those words actually came out of Ben's mouth when he was over here playing my Warlock. He said, "Why don't you have Blink?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like Blink on a Warlock. I like it on a Blade Dancer, but I don't like it on a Warlock. It feels clunky to me on a Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, anything to get me out of this situation that I'm in. Because I'm not super good at PvP, but I am good at picking my encounters. So I do fairly decent when I play.
Yeah.
I don't have good aim.
Top
but
2 or 3 usually.
When I'm not able to dodge, I just get destroyed by people because I can't outgun them. Oh well. I've been running some new stuff in Crucible. and one of my favorite new things to do is run Zalo with full stability. So the range is awful, but you kind of just use
Zalo's
it.
fun.
Use it like a
Zalo
fusion
is
rifle.
good. I've heard a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not like competitive, but it's really fun. And then the other thing I've been using is Fabian strategy.
Oh, I have not pulled that out since they first released it. I deleted it immediately. I know they buffed it, but I have not pulled it back
You
out.
should check it out, man. It feels
I'm
really
gonna check it out this week.
good. Like
I'll check it out this week.
The first time I shot it, I was like, "Ooh, I like the way this feels."
Yeah, it's not bad.
How is it? I've heard it's good in PvE too. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was using it
You
today.
get ammo back, so
Okay, yeah.
And the cool thing is when it does speed up, like when enemies are in close proximity, it doesn't do any less damage. It just does more damage. Or not more damage, but whatever. It's more bullets, so...
No.
I mean, it would technically, the DPS would go up if you're going
Yeah.
like per second. It would go up.
Yeah. That's why I was like, hey, I don't mind this. It's not the best, but whatever. I feel like...
that's actually really fun. Necrochasm is a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Though I will say this though, I loved it because it's not the best PvP gun. So when people run a Necrochasm, it's just so easy because it just could not kill you fast enough. So it's so easy to pick them off.
fun.
It's not.
Just
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I think it'd be more fun if you had a couple of guys run it at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you need to do. I wouldn't run solo with it, but I'd run a full group of Necrochasm. That'd be fun.
I just like the audio clip.
We used,
Explosion.
I don't even have Necrochasm, but I like the audio clip. If I die by Necrochasm, I'm like, at least I got to hear that.
I love it. Like, we used to play with... we'd do pubs and just be like, okay, all 6 people run Defender Titan, shotguns, no backup plans, and just do stupid stuff. So I really want to get a
And
group
we're
of 6
all
people.
wearing purple.
Oh, yeah. We all had walkabout.
Walkabout.
Ever try it? Have everyone run hard light. That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, I've done that. I think I might have been with you guys when we did that.
I think so. It's like a
Oh yeah, I was with
a
you.
light
That was
show.
a lot of fun.
I
Oh, it
want
was
to
so
do
much fun.
hard light. I want to have everyone use Necrochasm because that would be hilarious. Just how much salt you would get from the other team.
Yep.
Every time anyone dies, they explode.
I won't lie. Control. I love stacking bubbles, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's so much.
Oh,
It's so
my
much
God.
fun to stack bubbles.
Bubble
And I think
train.
I think it was me and Naughty Grog, and I think maybe the Canuck Show were all doing that one time PvP, and it was just so much fun because we just held B purely with bubbles. They didn't really work for it.
All right. Well, that was fun. Some fun loadout talk.
Hey, I didn't get to say mine.
Well,
By
I
the
don't
way.
care what- yours
I
is
thought
armamentarian.
we were the important
No.
ones here. Me, Boost.
No.
That's what we were here for.
My I don't use armamentarium. If I'm playing my Titan, I'm using Dune Marchers. Almost always, unless
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
playing
for a while. It was fun.
If I'm,
That was so much fun.
I
but
think-
no, I've been running straight up just Genesis Chain, Icebreaker, and Hunger of Crota, and it's so fun. Genesis Chain wrecks people.
It is really fun to use.
Are we all Titans here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all Titans.
All Titans.
Nice.
That's
That's
how
why
we
it's
do
a-
our podcast.
That's
Even
why it's
when
a great show.
Yeah,
Scott
Scott's
wasn't
a
here,
Titan, too.
so we had to get 2 Titans.
Nice.
We're
It's balanced. It's fair. It's balanced, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
we when we did Vault, we had 5 Titans and a Hunter the first time. And then the next time we had 5 Hunters and a Warlock. Which time went way better.
Yeah.
No Titan, definitely a problem.
Yeah.
Titan.
What's
That's a
happened to
good. That's a good thing with these raids come back in though. Titans shine in raids so much. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
just- they're
Defenders.
amazing.
That's what Defender was built for. Because
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
other
yeah.
ones kind of have like cross utility. I would argue that Night Stalker isn't the greatest for PvP. I don't know why a lot of people use it, but like your super isn't that great.
Well,
it's-
I think
It's the Wombo
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah,
Wombo combo. That's what we were talking about during the. I guess you call it a break when your router got reset. But we were talking about a little bit. Like it's Defender and it's Night Stalker. I feel like that Fellwinter
yeah,
was really made for because the bubble. Every time I use a bubble, I mean, I've gotten my fair share of bubble kills. I mean, everyone has. But now I feel like in the people that are playing Destiny right now, they know how to counter a bubble. And normally it's don't go in the bubble.
yeah. They just leave you alone. They're like, fine,
Just
stand
don't.
there.
Yeah. Or they have a super, like they have the Golden Gun was one. Golden Gun and Nova Bomb are the worst. Titan Smash, I can kind of jump out the way most of the time with the
Yeah.
bubble and let it catch it, but Nova Bomb, Golden Gun are the worst, and they always have their super ready when I do it every single time.
I like to when I play my Hunter. I like to play Night Stalker with Fellwinter and Frosties
Oh my gosh, yeah.
because the super's not. I don't. Maybe like I just don't know how to use it. I just don't think it's that good for PvP. PvE, it's a freaking beast.
It's not.
It's good. I think it's
PvP.
better in like a 3 situation in a lot of ways because you'll have less targets to choose from, so you can really save your bow and not have to run around randomly hoping you'll run into one of those dumbasses that are charging hammers and don't see anybody. You just take them out.
Yeah.
That is a good feeling though when you take not even kill them, when you just take away their super. That's just such a good feeling. It's such a good because you just ruin their day.
It's also
they'll be raging over that for the next 3 matches.
It's good when the hunter shoots his tether at you and you just turn and shotgun him in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. I've killed people. I've killed hunters that have tethered me before. That's fun too.
You're just like, I live in the suppression.
I miss my bow shots though because I never play hunter, so I miss.
Yeah,
like I'll
that's
shoot
why I
like,
don't
way
like
up
it.
there. I'm so bad.
Oh man. So guys, let's get into let's do 2 quick fire Destiny questions. If you guys could create an exotic, what would it be?
All right. I made a solar fusion rifle, right?
Okay.
Fast charge rate. It does double damage when all the bolts connect from behind, and I'm gonna call it the prostate exam. And it's gonna look exactly like this.
Okay.
That's what the gun looks like. It looks, or I thought about Plan C with like a rubber glove over it, like one of those latex gloves, and that's what I like.
Actually, that would be super cool if it had like better. If you just had a fusion rifle that had better range when someone was like
Behind
facing
you.
away from you.
Yeah.
So you could be like, "Oh, don't run away from me."
That would
And
be cool.
I think my flavor text would be like for Guardians over 40 or something like that. Just
What about you, Boost? If you could make an exotic, it doesn't have to be a weapon, by the way.
I always wanted the opposite of thorn. So
Rose?
it would basically be like
first curse conspiracy.
well, like Anna from Overwatch, where you can shoot your teammates to gain health.
Oh yeah.
So, like instead of
What about-
it being like a damage over time, it would be like a health over time for your teammates.
So
Every Bungie employee just had a heart attack at the thought of balancing that gun.
Yep. And trying to do aim assist for your teammates.
I guess you wouldn't get any aim
What if
assist.
it was
Yeah,
like?
maybe that would be the balance. Maybe that would be the balance. You wouldn't have any aim assist.
What about like life steal?
I mean, warlocks kind of have that with their melee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, put
you
it
got
on a
Service
gun.
Regime
Put
sort
it on
of
a gun, yeah.
that kind of works the same way though. I mean, you have to do damage and you have a chance to get health back, so it works kind of the same way. And Red Death too.
I think if you had a lifesteal, it would have to be like picture it on a bullet hose auto rifle, and it would have to do almost no damage to counteract the fact that you're getting health back for it.
Well,
I don't
you
know
wouldn't
about
get
no
health back.
damage.
Your teammates would get health back.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So, like, if you're in a raid, you can run that and just shoot your teammates.
That'd have to be like an area of
Yeah.
effect thing, I would think.
A-
Because in
a
Crucible, that'd be
healer?
broken as hell.
A healer in Destiny would. Oh my god, I don't know. It would definitely be an MMO at that point.
Well, I mean, if you
not-
think about it, I mean, they almost, I won't say they need it, but it wouldn't hurt them to have it because Hunter, especially like if you look at their golden gun with Celestial, such high damage, and then Titans with that bubble, they got the protection, and they are missing. That's why Warlocks now, like I was trying to LFG King's Fall last week because I was kind of on at weird times, and I was wanting to run it as my Warlock because I like that gear set. And man, I couldn't. Every time I said Warlock, they just shot me down there. Everybody's looking for Hunter. Everybody's looking for Titan because the Warlock they don't have a great place in the raid right now. I mean, you have your solar grenades,
Yeah.
but that's next to useless though in Crota, or excuse me, in King's Fall.
I think what would work the best. All right, so Titans have straight tank with Defender, and Hunters have straight DPS with
Crowd
Celestial
control
Nighthawk.
too. And they have crowd
Yeah,
control too.
yeah, and crouch control. So what they need to do for Warlocks is give us a straight utility. It's what Sunsinger should be.
Yeah, it never
Yeah,
made
give
any
you-
sense to me that warlocks didn't have more utility. I mean,
Yeah,
there's Pope Bear rants about this all the time.
Yeah.
I've heard
a
so
bard. Warlocks should be the bard, or have at
Well,
least
here's
a
the- I
bard
think-
subclass. That's
Well, you're
what
right.
it is.
They've had some lore things with the Bard. I think that was an Iron Lords. The Iron Lords one of the Grimoire cards for them. But I think maybe the Warlocks were meant to be the testers. Like they're the ones that's supposed to run Sword, and they're the ones that's supposed to run the Relic and things like that because that's the more I would quote unquote dangerous moves. And if they get ganked, they can bring themselves back up and grab it again. Like it's not. I don't know if it's working as intended.
Yeah, it just feels like self-res is not enough of a utility.
No,
No, because
you
the
have a
only
saber
other
to hold on to.
utility you've got is that your teammates get increased melee and grenade recharge rates. That's not helpful.
Well, I feel like the utility of self-res, like in a raid, just being like we don't have to wipe,
Yeah.
was way more useful in year 1 when raids were harder.
Yeah.
Like
No,
before
I
the
agree.
game,
It's really just like an easy button now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And back in the day, that used to be like huge when somebody would like get a clutch self-res. You're like, oh yes, we're not done.
Well, what if it wasn't healing? What if it was just you were like to get X amount of kills or headshots or precision kills, like how they have to do with Gunslinger? They get their own self bust and precision. Now you get an X percentage increase in party armor and recovery.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be cool. I feel like there is some stuff like that in Destiny, though.
Well, you can pop the super and it will do that, but I'm talking just outside of I haven't used that super.
Yeah. Like an aura. Warlock should
Yeah.
have an aura.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they could totally do that in Destiny 2, the first expansion is Osiris, right?
Yeah, and yes,
He's
yeah.
permanently in Radiance, so an aura is a plausible thing.
I mean, they already have the foundation with Scories.
Yeah. Like a minor buff to something would be
Yeah, recovery or
would make
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be huge,
would
just
make-
something. Just something.
that would make Sunsingers completely valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Really,
instead of
right-
just kind of valuable.
Yeah, Wrath, the Storm Warlocks are pretty useful for clearing ads, especially at. I love having a Storm Warlock during.
For Vossic.
Vossic is good, and the Siege Engine is really good to
Yeah.
have. A Storm
yeah.
Warlock.
You need it right at the beginning for sure.
You're right at the beginning, get so many orbs. Yeah, it's so good. Night Stalker with a Stormcaller. I mean, Hammers does okay, but it doesn't. Clearing out trash is a Stormcaller's job.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you guys could create an emote, what would it be?
Do they have a Make It Rain emote? I just want my Titan to like kill
Shoot
somebody.
Glimmer?
Just like kill somebody in the Crucible and just like make it rain.
That'd be awesome. What about
I
you,
think of a
Bruce?
shout out to Rocker and do the hand gesture, like the jerk off.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, roll
Oh.
the dice.
Rolling the dice.
Roll the dice.
Oh man, I've always wanted that one.
I listened to that episode.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Speaking of roll the dice, let's talk about sports teams that we like.
Oh shit.
You like that transition? It didn't make any sense at all.
Sports.
Nah, not really.
So, I mean, I'm a mostly football fan. Steve,
Yeah,
you can
me
put
too.
that down.
No, I'm gonna leave it up.
Steve likes basketball. Boost, I know you're a hockey guy.
Yes.
Do you get into football at all?
In the playoffs, I would consider myself. I root for the Patriots.
Oh, boo.
No, I love you,
Not like
Boost.
Boo.
I love you, Boost.
I'm not like a Patriots like fanatic, but when they're in the playoffs, I root for them.
Listen, Belichick is the man. I guess instead of just ranting about sports, want to do like a top 3 sports teams that we like?
Sure.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, Boost, go ahead. It could be any sport.
All right, number one, of course, is the New York Rangers hockey.
Yes, I like that team too.
Number two, I would go with the Chicago Cubs for baseball.
Okay.
And number three, I would go with the Patriots.
I like that. Patriots are the
All red, white, and blue. America.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys
Oh,
see
man.
that there's red, white, and dew?
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
It's
and I heard it
Mountain
was
Dew.
actually. It sounds gross when you read the description, but everyone's saying it tastes good.
It's code red, whiteout, and voltage mixed.
Hey, can we talk about the unicorn
Really?
thing from Starbucks later? Just put that on the back burner.
I don't know what it is, but we'll do it. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
Google it. I'm gonna Google it.
I just thought that was so weird. Red, white, and dew. Steve, what are
I'm gonna
your
try it.
favorite sports teams?
All right, number one, Cleveland Cavaliers.
All right,
Oh my God,
champions.
I sold pizza to Larry Nance 2 weeks ago, and it made my day. I actually don't tell anybody, listeners. I kept his credit card receipt, so I have Larry Nance's autograph, and it's proven that it's his because when you swipe someone's credit card at Pizza Hut, it has the name printed underneath the signature line, so it says Nance/Larry with his signature. Stoked about that. Anyway,
Boom.
no, number two, Browns. I don't care. They suck. I don't care. I'm a Browns fan.
I'm
then
not. I know this. I have a Browns thing behind me. I'm not a Browns fan. It's not
I
my
love
man
the Browns.
cave.
I'm feeling good about the Browns really right now. They're I don't know. I just really like the upper management we have and the relationship with the coach and the coach that we have, and they have a plan to build through the draft, and I think they're drafting well. So we'll see what happens after this draft Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. They're going to pick a defensive end first, and it's going to be crazy. Anyway, number 3 is a tie. Me and
No.
Ben were born in California. It's a tie.
Nope.
It's a fucking tie. I'm not gonna back down on this. I am an equal fan of both the Dodgers and the Indians,
Oh,
and
I
it's
thought
all
you were gonna say. I
palpable.
thought you were gonna say the Sharks and the Mighty Ducks.
No, no. Hockey. Hockey. I feel like I would really like. I just need to put the effort into getting into it. And if I do get into hockey, I'm going to be a Ducks fan.
All right.
You'll be
Hands
Rocker's friend then.
I
Oh my
will
gosh.
be a Ducks fan. Me and Ben were born and raised in the early years of our lives in Baldwin Park, California, which is like 15, 20 minutes from Anaheim. So,
Nice.
Ducks fan. When I get into hockey, because I intend to.
All right, I guess it's my turn. All right, I'm here in Charlotte. Going to throw that out there, for the stalkers out there. So I'm got to be Panthers fan
All right.
all the way through. Got to have Panthers.
Cam Newton.
Man, that's where the dab came out. I almost bought the dab, and I don't buy emotes. I'm not the kind of guy that can spend money like that. But I was like, the dab. I'm not gonna do that because then I realized I see the dab like daily.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna I don't want to say. My game is my break. So do that, and of course you got the Hornets also over here. So I'm
Michael
hometown
Jordan.
guy. Yeah, I mean
Michael
he
Jordan.
owns them. He's throwing some money at them. And then I grew up a Saints fan. My dad was from New Orleans, and I even had like I inherited it, really nice like dartboard, like the wooden cabinet with the Saints logo on it. It's pretty awesome. So I was, of course, I was still, as before I moved to Charlotte, but I was really heavy into the Saints up until like they won the Super Bowl, and then it was like once they won the Super Bowl, they weren't like the underdogs anymore, and I felt myself drift away.
That's understandable.
Oh no! I gotta say this: Drew Brees and Willie Snead and Mark Ingram led me to my very first time ever playing fantasy football
Oh yeah,
to
man.
the Super Bowl against Depp and Malone right there, and I got stomped. But to get there, I beat the guy that was like beating everybody the whole time. It was super underdog, and it was awesome. So Drew Brees, you're the man.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll have-
he is pretty awesome. Yeah, he is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Drew
Like,
Brees,
I still,
episode 37.
like if the Panthers are tanking, like I'm probably switching over to the Saints, and it's unfortunate that they tend to tank
Yeah.
at about the same time. So then I just watch it.
Cam
don't
Newton
care.
was just not good this last
Man,
year.
something happened in that Super Bowl. That last Super Bowl, man, like I watched that game and I'm like, where the hell did Cam Newton go? Like even his personality was different. I still have a conspiracy theory. Someone pulled him along the sideline and said, "You cannot win this game. You're not going to win this game. Give it up." And because we're letting this guy go out on top. So you go sit down. And I think they did something. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my conspiracy theory.
As for my top 3 sports teams, number 1 is New England Patriots. They're the best
Oh
team.
my god.
Brady.
Oh my god.
I don't need. Okay, I'm not even like a huge fan of Brady. I'm just like he's a good quarterback, but his O-line is just phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
you put any quarterback in that situation, they're like, yeah, of course I can throw a pass. I have like an hour
right.
to do it. What?
Where did Bill Belichick learn how to coach?
Not at Cleveland because Cleveland sucks. Cleveland's my number one hated
Cleveland.
team.
Cleveland. He
Cleveland
learned how to coach
Browns
at
are my
Cleveland.
number one hated team in all of sports.
Bill Belichick came from Cleveland. That's where he got his job from.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Fuck this team. I'm gonna go play with winners."
Hey, do they make air pumps, right?
Oh yeah,
They make some air pumps. Cause I want like a New England air pump. And just
hey, this is my thing with New England. They do what they need to do to win the game. It's winning over everything.
next time you're going to see the opposing teams like coach
All about
like
the W.
holding his kidney because he just got shanked.
Hey, yeah, just Patriots. They're all about the win. Number 2 is the Dallas Cowboys because their running backs have taken me far places in fantasy football. Gotta love
Zeke.
Dallas.
Oh my gosh, you rode Zeke's back through that whole fantasy season.
I know because I know how to pick a good running back.
Ohio State.
Yep. And the last team is a minor league team, and that's the Lake Erie Monsters. They're everybody's.
Oh yeah, Calder Cup champions.
Yep. They're not. Cleveland had 2 championships this last year. One of them was the Cavs.
3.
One of them. Oh,
MMA champion, heavyweight.
MMA's not a sport.
That's the Blue Jackets minor league team, right?
Yep. And they actually, I'm pretty sure the only reason they won is because the Blue Jackets were like, oh, well, we can't win. So they just sent a bunch of players down and
That's
then whooped
exactly
ass.
what happened.
Which
That's
is
exactly
another
what happened.
situation where you win at any cost.
That's
Don't
right.
care
Thank you,
if it's
Dan
not
Gilbert.
fair.
Thank you, Dan Gilbert, owner of the Cavs, owner of the Monsters. He took care of it.
So keeping in this theme of the top 5 stuff, let's do. You guys want to do top 5 PS2 games or top 5 cult TV shows?
Let's start with the games because it's first on my list.
Okay, go ahead. You go first.
All right, I got pretty standard like in every PS2 game. GTA 3.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, GTA 3. That was my first real foray into the Grand Theft Auto games because of my age and kind of when that came about. So that was awesome. I love that. The ATV Off-Road Fury. The whole, like the whole thing, like that was fun. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
I don't think so.
But those are fun. Those are good racing games. Man, I'm gonna throw out and I'll stop here actually, and then I have a couple more, but I'm gonna see what everyone says. Star Wars Battlefront, like the original, man.
Oh man.
Play it.
Those were
I
good.
didn't play it.
No, you missed out. The first and
Always
both of them were
rocked
so good.
Star Wars.
Those were, oh yeah, I see it. That's awesome.
Steve, you want to go next, or Boost? I don't care who goes.
I only have a top 3, so Boost, go next. And this is PS2
I stopped at 3. I had 5,
Xbox.
but I had 5, but I stopped at 3 for.
I'll probably go with. Well, I mean, you have to go with Halo. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah,
we had
Halo
this
is my
talk.
favorite PlayStation game.
Who didn't play Halo and had that own an Xbox?
I will say this: when Halo came out, I played it at like a random person's house. I didn't even know I was there. Like I didn't know these people, but they had it, and I remember it because their dog kept like humping my little brother. While I was playing. Yeah, and he was like just like a little dog, and just like attached to his leg. So I got to play like a lot of Halo because he couldn't focus. And I just was blown away when Halo. I don't think any game has blown me away since Halo 1 when that first came out, man, on the scene. That was a game changer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Second, I'll have to go with. I'm going to include them all in one, but all the Call of Duties, Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 on the Xbox
All right.
were great. But that's gonna be just like one game. Medal of Honor: Rising Sun, that game was awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
And then Doom 3, that came out for Xbox too. That was
Damn.
fun.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good.
I'm pretty afraid that some of my games weren't on PS2; they're on PS1.
That's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
We'll count it.
As you can
right.
tell, I was a big first-person shooter fan.
Yeah, I was okay. So I was trying to think of first-person shooters that I played on PS2, and I can't think of any.
Honestly, you know what? I
That's 'cause
actually
we
looked it
didn't-
up. I looked it up, and there weren't that many, except for what Boost listed was almost all there was. There
Yeah.
weren't that many.
Oh, I mean, I wish I could have played Halo and stuff like that. We didn't have internet for a long
Nope.
time. Like we had like dial up way after online gaming was a thing. So like I didn't get to play online games till like Reach. That's like when I started playing
Well,
online.
what's kind of funny about that is like I didn't really play like online
Yeah.
shooters until like Call of Duty 4.
Oh,
Like I didn't play Halo online. I played just the campaign. And then
Show you like
Halo 2 I started late online with that.
mhm.
So,
damn.
When I played online, it wasn't even online. It was like that LAN setup where everyone just plugged into each other.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
like a gaming, we had like a
Yeah.
gaming area, like in my small ass hometown I'm from, and we would go there, and it would be like 20, 30 people playing different Xboxes on that. And that was my first real thing. That was probably Halo 3, I think, was when I did that. And then I would say my first experience really I didn't play a lot of online games. I think my first experience really playing online any kind of shooter was actually probably Mass Effect 3 co-op. Like
Oh.
I did not play a lot of co-op shooters. So when Destiny came out, I wasn't new to first-person shooters, but I was new to like heavily online first-person shooters, especially.
Destiny's my first like real like I play online all the time kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I had outside of MMOs like Warcraft and stuff like that when I was in college.
yeah, I played a lot of Call of Duty. So,
My top 5, I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
ooh,
That's
nice.
a good one. That's a good one.
I played the
Riding the
hell out of that.
bicycles. Riding
Yep.
those bicycles, man. That's all I did. That's all I did. Give me the bicycle.
The amount of time
So-
I spent in that little skate park they had in the first town, it's ridiculous.
When you think about it, though, like riding the bicycle and I like took my dude to the gym all the time, like I really should be doing that in real life.
Oh yeah,
Like my character's really healthy.
I made him fluctuate. I would make him work out a bunch, and then I would make him get real fat and just go back and forth. It just sucked to make him really fat because he was just like really shitty at doing everything.
So but that is my real life. So continue on.
Number 2, Smuggler's Run. I don't know if you guys ever played that. You just like raced around in dune buggies and
Yes.
four-wheelers and stuff.
I actually did not.
You know
I
what?
did not.
That was a PS2 exclusive, right?
I think, I don't know. I just had one night where like I spent all night with my 2 friends playing that game.
Yeah.
And like those 2 guys, it was the first time I ever hung out with them, and they ended up being my best friends. So like that was really fun. I really missed that game because
They had like buggies and ATVs and like trucks and stuff, right?
yeah, it was just like Baja kind of stuff, and you were just avoiding
play that
getting
game,
caught by
yes.
people. So like
It
it
was great.
wasn't linear. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it wasn't a racing game.
No.
Oh, it was so good. Dave Mira Pro BMX.
I never played.
Nice.
I actually never
Played the
played. I never played the
crap out of
BMX.
that.
That game was good.
Oh man,
Oh yeah,
you never stopped.
I love those kind of games. Like skateboarding games and BMX games were the best.
I played the skateboarding. I did not play the BMX though.
So I'm a connoisseur of Tony Hawk's, and after Dave Mira came out, and then they had. Actually, I think this game's an Xbox 360 game, so I might have gone too far. I was gonna say Tony Hawk's American Wasteland because they had bikes in it, but that's definitely for 360. So I'm gonna have to go with Tony Hawk. What 4?
4. Yep.
4 was a PS2.
Mm-hmm.
That game
That sounds right.
was so good. That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I used to look forward to those a lot, man. They were so much fun. And my friends like get together and play them.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
turns.
Dude,
Take turns every time you forgot to like. Every time you fell down, like hit the ground, you had to like give up the controller. So
Oh,
I got to
man.
play for like. I got to play for like 30 seconds.
me and my buddy would play like 15-minute matches against each other and just rack up astronomical amounts of points. And a lot of times I'd forget that we were still playing, like to see who would win, and I'd be like, "Oh shit!" and then just end up doing flatland tricks for the last 3 minutes and just be like, "Okay, I just destroyed you." I'm stupid good at that game. It's
Was not very good at that game.
One PlayStation game that I do remember loving was Twisted Metal.
Oh my god! That made my list.
I
Twisted
used, to
Metal.
play, I used to play the shit out of that game with my friends.
Axel, I would play like Axel and that
Axel.
weird ice cream truck. And then I always would do the cheat code for the tank. Like I
Yeah.
would wait till like the end of the match. Like this is done, and I would do the cheat code for the tank, and I would just wreck everything.
dude. That's why I loved San Andreas so much was the cheat codes, like when you make like the dodo cars and stuff like that. Oh, I just loved it. And the last one on my list is God of War.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I didn't get to play God of War until I got a PS Vita, and I went back and played it and was like, this game is still fucking good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard some good reviews on that game.
Are you guys stoked for the new God of War?
I'm not a God of War. Like I've never played the games, man. I'll be honest with you. I've never played. I just didn't. It's not what I wasn't interested. It's just I didn't get the first one, and by the time I noticed it, there was too many, and now
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on now, so I'm not even gonna try. It looks amazing. The gameplay like looks so bad though. Like it looks so good.
Like God of War 3, they gave it away on PSN, and I played that like maybe a year ago. So good. That was like I had bought God of War 1 and 2 collection on Vita, and then that came out like right after I beat 1 and 2. They were like, oh, we're giving away 3. So I just bought that. Love it. Super big fan of that game.
I'm gonna throw one more out real quick, and it's kind of off because you guys talk about more like sporty ones. I'm gonna get like great, like crazy, like old school nerd here. Like Elder Scrolls Morrowind, man.
I never played Morrowind. I jumped in
That
on
was
Oblivion.
Good. Now, what was for Xbox too? Like you had original
Oh,
Xbox.
okay.
Morrowind was on there, and it was good, man. It was really good. And it was my first foray into that type of like open sandbox game, which I haven't looked at it in a long time, and I feel like it would shatter the glass my memory because I know the graphics have to be horrible on that right now.
Oh, yeah.
But that was where actually the CAD thing started. Was I named one character like CAD something rather? I don't remember the full name, but it was like Ed, but I know it was KAD, and that's just where it started. So I've carried that same name over from that one Xbox game till now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. I
All right.
started with Oblivion, but
Oblivion was good.
what?
All right, here comes my PlayStation 2 era games.
Okay.
All right, mine. I can't believe this is happening, but none of mine were really picked. In no particular order, Baldur's Gate 2. Loved that game. That was a lot of fun. My PlayStation 2 was the first console that I ever owned, and it was mine, like just mine. I didn't have to share it necessarily. I did share it because I'm a good brother, but it was the first one that was mine. And my dad broke it.
Yep.
For some reason, he was in my room at like 3 a.m, and he tripped on the cables and knocked it off of my
no.
dresser,
Oh,
and
I'm
it
so
just
mad.
got destroyed. And he did not replace it.
Yeah, he was like, shouldn't have the controllers just hanging over there. We're like, it's like at the foot of the bed, bro.
Yeah. All right. So then after Baldur's Gate 2, I didn't play it on PlayStation 2, but it was the same era. Soul Calibur 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Oh man, I played the crap out of that. Me and a couple buddies just would do college things, we'll say, and
Stew things?
and play Soul Calibur 2 for just hours and hours on end. And that was the first time I ever got good at a fighting game, and it was a lot of fun.
Was I the only one that dated in college? I didn't play them in college.
Let's see, and then Resident Evil 4
Oh yeah, that was
for
good.
PS2.
Damn. That's another good one.
First Resident Evil I ever played. So good. Oh my gosh. And then my last one, I think this is only 4, but whatever. Dynasty Warriors 3.
All right.
Mm.
It was a ton of fun. And I played the crap out of that game. So, yeah, there's my almost classic era games.
It's a good selection.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Dynasty Warriors classic, man.
I think we might have to skip over the TV shows because I'm trying to remember when we started. We're getting close to the end of this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something that I've been dying to talk about, and that's 3 arms and a leg.
Okay.
Boost is a drummer, right?
Yep.
We're gonna be playing some of his music at the end of the show, but why don't you tell us like how you started playing music?
Sure. My older cousin was a drummer, and every time we went over to his house, he had his drum set up, and I would beg him to play it. I had no idea how to play drums, but I used to just beg him. So I used to play on his kit for a while. And then my neighbor, actually, like an older gentleman, probably like in his 40s, 50s maybe. He had a drum kit. He used to play a lot of like jazz and actually like a lot of R&B stuff, which is kind of weird. But
Love that.
he decided one day that he just didn't have the room for his kit anymore and didn't really want to play, so he just gave it to me.
Oh, that's
So
fucking
that
cool. What
was
kind of
that
a
was
kit
my
was
first
it?
kit. It was just like a random assortment of stuff.
Okay.
I think like the bass was like a Tama, the snare was like a Pearl, and it was just all just a random assortment of drums, but it sounded good. So then I started like wanting to get better at it. Like I was always into music because I played the trumpet
Mm-hmm.
in like middle school and stuff. So I was a big Metallica fan. So I figured knowing the music would be the easiest way to learn how to play.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I went
Yeah.
with something that like I knew. So I just started from the Black Album and went all the way to Reload and just replayed the entire catalog of those three albums just over and over and just tried to mimic every single thing that Lars did. And that's pretty much how I learned how to play drums was from Lars from Metallica.
That's awesome. Um,
And
oh, I was gonna ask, how old were you when you like started? Like when you got your first kit, how old were you?
I was probably like 9 or 10.
Dang, that's
Probably when I
young.
got the first kit, and then like I started getting serious about it when I was maybe like 13. Is when I like really started to like teach myself how to play.
Cool. When did you join your first band?
Well, my first band was actually Three Arms and a Leg.
Oh, it was. So
Yeah, we started early. They actually had a drum machine as their first drummer.
Oh,
They had like 4 or 5 songs with a drum machine. It was just like a basic like do 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 do, just a simple, straightforward beat.
yeah.
And yeah, I joined Three Arms and a Leg. I was like freshman year in high school, which
Wow.
was
You're like
99
14.
2000. 99 2000.
Yeah, about 14.
Yeah, I
That's
was about 14, 14, 15. Yeah.
So they were already a band when you decided to join.
Yeah, they did like I mean, they got together like over the summer of like before freshman year. And then I joined probably like in the spring of my freshman year.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was like going on 15.
I,
So
I feels it.
and then we were a band for from then until like 2009, 2008,
Oh,
Damn,
wow.
2009.
that's a good track record for, you know, a lot of bands that I've been a part of have not made it past, you know, like 2-3 years. I think I'm in the first one that's been a long time band is now we're on like year 6.
Yeah, I mean, we were all like really good buddies. So that kind of helps. Like we all hung out in school and out of school. We had a couple guys that one guy came and went. We lost one guitarist, then we gained another, and then we our lead singer actually had to go to rehab for like 3 or 4 months. So we lost him for a while, and we got a fill in. But
Okay.
then he came back after that.
Did you guys ever play with anybody that you're like, oh, I'm so proud that I got to play with this band?
Band wise, we played with it's like this old school like metalcore band called Sub Zero.
Okay.
We played with them a couple times, but mostly we kind of headlined our own tours.
Okay.
Kind of just like we drove around in our beat up pickup truck, and we went to the Stone Pony. We played there a couple times. Went to like all these like local show halls,
Mm-hmm.
like the Chrome back then, Stone Pony, a bunch of bars and stuff.
So you were
And we
like,
just kind of said,
oh, go
we
ahead.
kind of said, do you guys have bands? They're like, yeah. When do you want to play? Like, all right.
So you hit up the venues themselves rather than like hitting up bands from the area and trying to throw a show together that way.
Yeah, that's basically what we did. And then like either they would place us in like an already ongoing show, So they'd be like, "Hey, we have like 2 bands this night. If you want to be the third band, go ahead."
That's
Or we
cool.
would just headline our own tour and just we have like 4 other bands that we can bring with us if you want.
Dude,
So
that's
that's what we used to
awesome.
do.
Because I know like it's pretty hard. We've tried to book out of state a couple of times, and it's always like pulling teeth trying to get a show together. But
Yeah, I mean, we played a lot of our shows in Jersey. I think we played 1 or 2 in New York, but mostly in Jersey.
oh, okay. So, what would you say? I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. People like, people that would be like, oh, I'm down with 3 arms and a leg. What other kind of like what bands that are similar would you say are there? That's
We played everything. So if you liked pop punk, we played some pop punk. If you liked hardcore punk with some screaming, we had that. We had like because I was a big punk rock fan. I grew up on Pennywise,
Oh, yeah.
Rancid, Strung Out, Face to Face. Those were like my core. And then I slowly got into like metal, like Fear Factory, 6 Feet Under, and just like a lot of bands like that. So we played a lot of punk music, and then we graduated into metal. So if you liked anything from pop punk to death metal, we got you covered.
That's awesome. Because yeah, I know
yeah.
when I was on Dad Tales, we kind of like after the post show, or not after the post show, during the post show, we talked about like a lot of bands, and you and I like. I thought honestly that I was like, oh, I'll probably have a lot of bands similar with Rocker because he's like into Newfound Glory, and that's what I grew up on. But you and I ended up having a ton of bands that were like, oh yeah, I listened to that. I listened to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of listed some, but are there any other bands that were like a big influence on you growing up and like what you wanted to play and like your play style with drums or, you know?
Well, as you already know, Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
I started listening to them. I don't even know when, but also I like musically wise, it was not really 311 like learning how to play 311, but I loved what they did. Like they were so original.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
like
were
that.
come
That's
original.
right. They become original.
I saw 311 on the 4th of July last year in Las Vegas.
I have seen 311. But this summer will probably be like 40 times.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Dude,
awesome.
311 fans go hard, man.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
311 on 311?
Yes, we flew out to Las Vegas in 2010, and we saw him there. At,
Yeah, I mean, I
Mandalay.
almost went to go see Thrice recently. I don't know if you've seen them, but
Dude,
Thrice?
I love
Oh,
Thrice.
Thrice
I
was
did.
good.
I was unable to go. It was heartbreaking. We had to take me and my buddy had the tickets and everything. I just was not able to make it.
Thrice was one of those bands where their like first 2 albums were like fucking awesome, and then they just tried something different and it didn't work.
Oh,
See,
like
Boost,
Alexis on Fire.
I will fight you on that because I am like the first 2 albums by Thrice. It feels like they didn't really know what they were trying to do, and then they really locked it in. I'm like have the exact opposite on that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have said anything. I'm gonna walk away. Let you guys just get out.
Well, like I know, Artist in the Ambulance is kind of the one that hooked me, and that was like way more produced. And then Viesu came out, and it kind of lost a lot of people. But that has like a really interesting story because they went and stayed in a cabin for like a long time with no media at all, and were just kind of clearing out their system of what was popular, and they wrote an album. And it was funny because when they came back, they came out with Viesu, which is very soft and, it's like it's more mature and kind of like depressing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then what was happening in the scene was like all those bands like Drop Dead Gorgeous and that like kind of hardcore, like I almost want to say like it's like glam hardcore like garbage, just total screamo like awful things going on. And I don't know. I really respect that band for doing that. But
Yeah, probably if I went back now and listened to those albums, I'd probably like them.
yeah,
Like back in my like youth when I was like, yeah, screw everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see where you're just like, what happened? Because like
Yeah.
you listen to Deadbolt and you're just like, that song is fucking like banging, and then you go into some of the stuff on Artist in the Ambulance, you're like, what? But
What happened? It's the same band.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you watch that a lot with a lot of bands though. Like after a while, they're just not as angry anymore, and I don't know if it necessarily suffers, but their tone changes and shifts, and sometimes you go in expecting one thing, and you realize that they've changed as well. Just the members of the band have changed.
yeah, and I think it is really like any band that's going to be around for a long time can't keep doing the same thing because it just ends up being boring. Like I respect the fuck out of Blink-182, but they should have stopped a long time ago.
Well,
That's
yeah. When they lost, I mean, the new album's good, but it's not. It's not Blink without Tom.
yeah. But
It's just
even when they got to their self-titled, that's when I was kind of like, come on, guys. Like, are you going to do it again? You going to try and keep going?
There's nothing like I was on the way to work the other day. I'm like, it's a Dude Ranch kind of morning. Let's put some Dude Ranch on.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm
album's good.
saying. Like, it's not that any of the newer Blink is bad. It's just that it's not like old Blink. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
get
not
that
about the
feeling
same.
anymore.
Same thing happened to Green Day.
Oh, don't even get me started on Green Day. I don't know how you go from one of my favorite bands to one of my most hated bands.
American
Just-
Idiot is how.
I mean, just watch the Simpsons movie. It should make you feel good. Watch that Simpsons movie. That for that opening like couple scenes, man. Like just watch them sink.
Oh, man.
I would say another band that like I thrive on is Killswitch Engage.
Oh, I fucking love
Yeah.
that band.
Oh, hell yeah.
That band, I found them like I was a big Hatebreed fan, but I always liked more melodic stuff, like where they sing too. That's why I loved Fear Factory because they sung and did the screaming at the same time. But Killswitch, yeah, I found them when their first album came out, and I've been a huge fan ever since. And I actually loved that they had Howard for like 3 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they first got Howard, I was like, fuck, Jesse was the best.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, if you go back to the Howard albums, they were actually pretty fucking good.
Dude, what was... Is My Last Serenade was the...
That was Alive or Just Breathing.
Dang it.
That was their technically their first album, but it was
Yeah.
their second. It was their second.
So
Because they had a self-titled before that, but
that first album, I was like real late to the game on it, and I love that album. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is so fucking good.
oh yeah,
Oh, man. Did you like when they did Holy Diver?
that is. I was talking to my friend the other day at work. That is probably the best cover I've
Yeah.
ever heard
It
of any song.
Because it holds true to the original, but it still has that kill switch flair in it.
Their own touch. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I hate when bands cover songs like verbatim. I'm like, if you're going to cover it, I want to hear your version of that song.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Machine Head
Top
did a
Girl
really
Song.
good one of a Police song.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if you ever heard that one. That one's really good. I think it was Meshes in a Bottle. I think.
I have
Okay.
not
Write that-
heard
let
it.
me. I have not heard that. Let me write that down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check
Yeah,
it out.
that was
Let
really
me write
good.
that down.
I just like the Police in general. So
Fuck
yeah.
the police.
good cover. A good cover.
See what I did there? Music
I do
jokes.
see what you did there.
All right, guys.
Rage.
We're going to play some 3 Arms and a Leg after we clean up the end of this show. But we've been asking for a while for people to send us stuff on Twitter and send us emails. And this past week, we did get our first email.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
He's on the Xbox side, so you guys should look out for him.
Is it the Big Ding Dong?
Dude, I was
He's
cracking up
sitting right
at
here,
work.
man. He's sitting right here.
I was cracking up at work when you guys are just like, the big ding dong, and then
Oh my
talking about
gosh.
people at work
The tone.
listening to it.
Dude, I'm telling you,
You
you guys,
told me.
I always make the mistake of listening to those podcasts when I'm walking through like a store or something. If I happen to be like just kind of going somewhere, and then I'm like cracking up and dying laughing. Like when you guys, oh, you know what? You guys are talking to your podcast and you're talking about having the shits in the gym, right? I was in the gym, and I was dying.
Oh, man. Yeah, that store was great. Buster's, he's a fantastic dude. But yeah, we did get our first email. It's from Narwolf, but the A is a 4. So
Okay.
I know how to read leet. Yay. He says, loving the show, guys. I started listening to your podcast last week, and I was just hooked. After months and months going back and forth from Destiny-related podcasts and punk rock music podcasts, you guys are the ultimate clash and go together like grilled cheese sprinkled with space magic.
Grilled cheese and space
Oh,
magic.
man, that's
says-
comical.
Love grilled cheese.
This guy's intense.
He probably plays a warlock. He says, also,
You lost me.
shout out to Dad Tales Podcast for sending me your way. Hopefully one of you guys play on Xbox One. We don't. I could use some raid/PvP buddies. Thanks for keeping me from boring myself to death at work. Omar from Miami. So
Hey, man.
thank you so much,
That's
Omar.
awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Omar.
If you guys do listen to our show and you're on Xbox One, definitely hit up. It's Narwolf, GN4RWOLF. That's how you spell it.
Join the Dad Tales Discord.
Yeah, I'm
today.
writing it down right now, man. I'll send you a friend request. No, why not, man? If he wants to hang out with some people, let's get them in. Let's pull them in.
Yeah.
We'll run some stuff. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. There's always room. Unless there's 6 of us, then there's not room.
And Omar, for sure, join that Dad Tales Discord. I'm in there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I love hanging out, and we were talking about Blazing Saddles today in the Discord. Oh,
Yeah,
that was so
I'm
funny.
on.
If you
Yeah,
love penis
absolutely.
jokes, it's your place to be.
Yeah, that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the first like 2 minutes I was in there, it was like going on. When we say it's constant, like literally, we've named the days of the week for what the type of jokes we're gonna have. But if you're on Discord or you're on really anything else, just our Xbox One, I'll send you a message soon. We'll get you pulled in, man. We'll get you some raids, and we'll have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, this is why I love this community. So next week, we're going to be talking in depth about Destiny 2, talking about the systems, specifically Crucible, the Crucible game modes. We're talking about strikes, story missions, raids, and what we really think is like feasible for improvement. And we don't want to really wish list it so much, but things that we think would make it good and are feasible. So make sure you guys send us tweets or emails. We got a couple. So we'll be doing that. I think we have Gabble Ratchet on next week.
Yeah.
From
That's cool.
the Destiny Ghost Stories podcast. And that will be at our regular time at 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
So can I email you and just say 60 FPS in private servers and just have it?
Hey, we said it's not a wish list. This is feasible things.
feasible. Hey, 60 FPS is still feasible.
That is
private servers
feasible.
aren't.
Yeah,
Private servers.
servers,
That's
no.
not gonna happen. But
And we're going to be setting up some events here in the near future. We're trying to set up a Rumble tournament. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and send us an email. I think we're going to probably just do it on PS4 because that's where we're at. Also, football season's coming up. So with football season coming up, we're happy to announce that we're going to be doing a fantasy football league. We're going to have the guys from our podcast and, anybody else that wants to join. So if you were into playing fantasy football, again, email us, tweet us, preferably email for that, because keeping track of those tweets is going to be hard once it gets closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, hit us up about that. You can find
Barely
me.
a Destiny Show at gmail.com.
Yeah, Barely a Destiny Show at gmail.com. You can find our podcast on Twitter at BarelyADS. You can find me on PlayStation Network, Twitch, YouTube, and what am I missing? Twitter at Ben Malone. It's DETBENMALONE. Steve, where can people find you?
Twitch, Twitter, PSN at Xanafan711. That's ZANIFAN 711.
Not an X.
Not an X.
Cad, where can people find you?
hold on, my name is hard to spell. Let me write it out. All right, yeah. All right, you can find me on Twitter at Catastrophic. That's KADASTROPHIC. And then you can find me Xbox One. Same thing I just said, with a 90 at the end. I'm always looking to play some Destiny. Like I said, I've already wrote down Narwolf. Try to shoot him a message soon. We'll pull him in, and anything else that goes on, man, looking forward to it.
Cool. Boost, where can people find you, and where can people find Dad's Tales?
Sure. You can find Dad's Tales at Dad's Tales on Twitter. And me, BoostKDV, Xbox, Twitter, and PSN, but I don't have a PlayStation yet. But you can add me if you want.
Just holding it down. I probably
Just
will.
holding the
Hold it
name.
down.
I tried to get you into a raid the other night, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I don't even have a PlayStation."
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week. Thanks so much for being on the show, Boost. It was great to have you.
Yeah, it's my honor. It was fun.
Cad, thanks so much for filling in for Scott. It was great having you on the show.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on here.
Both you guys are always welcome back at any point.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully,
I really want to talk to Gabble, so let me know how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll be on next week with Gabble Ratchet at 2 p.m. Eastern. And real quick, I wanted to say this. I think it's hilarious that when I was on Dad's Tales, JC Jesse was like, "Oh, here's my Skype email to, get a hold of me." And it's a fucking Hotmail account.
Old school. He's old, so
I was like,
I think he's like 53. So.
Do you think he still uses that? Or is it just for Skype? He just had Skype that way.
I'm sure he still uses it. I mean,
it's highly possible.
Skype
yeah,
beta.
I'm sure he still uses it.
So there's a shout out, Justin.
Outlook now, right?
Wait, what'd you say?
I think Hotmail uses Outlook now.
I was like,
Oh yeah.
He probably can't even get email anymore. But yeah, that's my little shout out for Justin. All right, guys, we're gonna play 3 Arms and a Leg. First up, we've got Rigor Mortis. That freaked me out because I couldn't find where it was at first. All right, guys, I'm going to hang up this call so that way there's no interruptions in this music. You guys have a beautiful night. And Steve, hit me up. Let's play some doubles. Until next week, we've been barely ADS.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace out. Thanks for watching. Listen.
I tried, but I couldn't help killing you. Every day